Hi, I'm Mike, owner of the In-Groove in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm doing the new arrival video for November 14th, 2025. It is almost record store day time, and we are wildly prepping for it at the store. Stuff has already started coming in. There'll be a lot of videos, unboxings, that type of thing, coming up on the channel soon. Also, keep in mind for record store day, we live stream the entire event. So from the time we open till the time we close, 11 hours, we will be here live streaming on this YouTube channel. Okay. Killer new arrival week, lots to show you guys, but let's start with some pre-order news. This next pre-order is one of, I think, the two biggest pre-orders that have been announced in years because it's such an anticipated album. One of them I've mentioned on the channel many, many times. That's Tool's Enema. It's a multi-$1,000 record. For some reason, they just don't press it on vinyl. Lots of reasons, but we won't get into it. The other one that's been really wildly missing from the vinyl landscape for years, it's never gotten a repress, is the Alice in Chains self-titled record. That would be the one with the dog, also sometimes referred to as Tripod because the dog is missing a leg. Get it? Tripod? Okay, so that has actually been officially announced for release. That's coming out on yellow vinyl January 30th next year, so very soon. Couple new arrival announcements from Stevie Nicks, our pre-order announcements. They are doing Rock a Little at 45 RPM and on SACD. When did that come out? Like around 1985? Andrew Lloyd Webber's Phantom of the Opera. That is coming out December 5th, 2025. I saw it on Broadway, maybe about 3 or 4 years ago. And I remember the whole entire time I was there, I had to pee really, really bad. So I didn't really remember much of the first half of the show because all I could think about is, oh my God, when is intermission? I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta go, you know, that kind of thing. But the second half was pretty good. Blu-ray audio. New Order is doing Movement, Lowlife, and Brotherhood. All coming out December 5th this year, so very soon on a Blu-ray audio. Oh, I'd love to hear multi-channel Power Lies and Corruptions. That would be awesome. Okay. Some awesome new arrivals to show you guys, but let's start with some of the box sets and SACDs. Let's start off with this. This is Demi Lovato's album, It's Not That Deep. This is an autographed CD. I typically only get CDs when they're autographed, and that is the case here. New from Mobile Fidelity, we've got Van Halen's Diver Down on SACD. I'm so glad that these SACD Van Halens are kind of falling in line. We're starting to get them. We're almost done with the catalog. Steely Dan from Analog Productions and Van Halen from Mobile Fidelity were announced, what, 3-4 years ago? I mean, an immense amount of time. And that was kind of both companies when they were doing things by like announcing things years in advance. They don't do that anymore, which is fantastic. You know, like for instance, that Stevie Nicks was announced, what, a week ago? You know, just recently. We'll probably see that in a couple months. Although everything is to be announced, we're typically in a 2 to 3 month time schedule. Heart, Dreamboat Annie, SACD. James Brown, Sex Machine, SACD. These two are restocks. Michael Jackson's Dangerous and Michael Jackson's Thriller. Okay, let me show you guys these box sets and then we will get into the LPs. The Drive-By Truckers, The Definitive Decoration Day. 4 LPs and a 40-page full-color book. On a side note too, because I am actually going to be in Europe this week, there is no Whatnot stream this Thursday. So my weekly Whatnot will continue next week. Green Day, Warning 25. This is the 25th anniversary edition of Warning. 49 tracks, 5 LPs, over 3 hours of music. So you got the album remastered on Green Galaxy vinyl. LP2 are demos, 8 unreleased demos, B-sides and rarities, 2 unreleased mixes on yellow marble vinyl. Live in Tokyo 2001, LP 3, 4, and 5. And this is the indie retail exclusive edition that includes a 24-page booklet, poster, cloth patch, button set, sticker sheet, and an exclusive warning sign. It's only missing the marbles. Kind of sounds like it though, but no marbles. These are numbered. This is 3082 on the back. This is just a restock the way these were shipped to me the first time around led to them being significantly damaged. So I didn't get a huge assortment of these in last week, but I've got more in now. That is The Who's Who Are You? This is the 4 LP deluxe edition box set that includes the live USA 1979 on LP. What is that? Three LPs. So 2, 3, and 4 is the concert, and LP 1 is the original album. Okay. New this week, now shipping, Bennie Wallace, French Postcard. This is the newest title that I am distributing exclusively at the In Groove. You can get it at other retailers, but I am the main distributor for this record. Bennie Wallace, French Postcard on Backcountry Jazz. I did a standalone video on this thing. It is absolutely amazing. This is all analog, recorded direct to 2-track, kind of old school Rudy Van Gelder style. Recorded direct to 2-track, and then mastered all analog by Kevin Gray at Coherent Sound. This thing sounds amazing. Beautiful tip-on jacket. It is an absolute killer lineup. You got Bennie Wallace on tenor sax, Anthony Wilson on guitar, who just recently did a record with Kevin Gray's label Coherent Records. Also phenomenal. This record is so good. Musically phenomenal. I can't recommend this more highly. This is like a must-own. I'm telling you, you get this record, you'll know what I'm talking about. The few people that have heard this are blown away. And I always go back to when I first got this record. Joe called me up. I had no knowledge of this. Joe just sent me a test pressing. Joe Harley, who's also the producer on this, responsible for all the Blue Note Tone Poets. He contacted me and said, "Hey, Mike, I sent you a test pressing. When you get it, listen to it and tell me what you think." I got it. I was just blown away. I'm like, this is fucking unbelievable. And he's like, "Yeah, you know, Benny's starting a new nonprofit jazz label, and you know, we'd like you to distribute it." And I'm like, "I'm on board." I get approached by labels all the time to distribute. I really only want to distribute the stuff that I like and I'm passionate about, and this is it. This is going to be one hell of a label if it continues down this same path. Okay, from Mobile Fidelity, the second to the last, Van Halen. This is Diver Down. Limited to 7,500 copies. Oh my God, there's so many bangers this week. Look at this. I played this in the store. I maybe had about 4 or 5 people like crate digging, and it was kind of, they kind of came up like, what are they, like hamsters? Or, you know, they bury themselves in the ground. Who buries it? What kind of animal buries themselves on the ground and then pops up? A prairie dog. Yes, it was like a prairie dog. So I had like 3 or 4 people digging. I put this Frank Sinatra in the wee small hours on, and you saw all the heads just kind of like pop up like prairie dogs. Like, what the hell's going on here? This record sounds amazing. This is the first non-jazz tone poet, but it is categorized as a tone poet. This is all analog, cut from the master tape. And this isn't cut from like the master tape, which would be good on its own. This is cut from something even better. This is cut from the other master tape, which they didn't even realize existed, but they actually recorded this onto 2 separate tapes back in the 50s, and the one reel was just stored and never touched again. They recently found this reel-to-reel, and this was cut from that reel. We're talking, I mean, they had to reassemble it because it was like different songs were assembled on this reel-to-reel. It might have been like, you know, a Nat King Cole tune and then a Frank Sinatra tune, but this sounds unbelievably good. You've never heard Frank like this. When his vocals came on the stereo, it was unbelievable. It was awesome. You don't want to miss this. Frank Sinatra, a voice that is absolutely made for analog. Awesome, awesome release. I can't wait for more of the Frank Sinatra catalog. Fantastic. Another great release, the OJC that I was most excited about. This is a solid week. The OJC that I was most excited about here that they announced in the last couple of months. This is Art Pepper's Surf Ride. Originally on Savoy, a very, very, very difficult record to get. I finally got an original one of these a couple of years back. I bought it at an auction. I think I paid like $1,000 for it, and it's not a perfect copy. This, all analog, cut from tape by Kevin Gray, kills my original, and it's $38.99. Beautiful tip-on jacket, and a very, very, very difficult record to get. Very difficult record to get. 2 new titles from the Verve Vault, and the first 2 have been absolute bangers, so I'm really looking forward to this. We've got Jimmy Smith and Wes Montgomery, the dynamic duo. Unlike the Verve by Request, these are all analog. Let's see. All titles cut from the original analog tapes by Ryan K. Smith at Sterling Sound. And the first two have been killer. Another great title, we've got Stan Getz, Focus. Tears for Fears, Songs from the Big Chair. This is the 40th anniversary edition with the original unused cover, and then a second LP of rare versions released for the first time on vinyl. Motley Crue's Theater of Pain. This is the 40th anniversary edition on Purple Crush vinyl. Finally back on vinyl for the first time in a very, very, very long time. We got the Black Crowes Amorica. Let's see, 180 gram black vinyl remastered, and it includes 3 B-sides. That's like bonus tracks. There is a deluxe box set of that as well. Brian Ferry, Bet Nore. His whole catalog is getting a reissue. And Dylan-esque. Limited edition red color vinyl, Brian Ferry. These actually were due to come out last Friday. They didn't actually get here until this Monday. Maybe Tuesday morning we got them processed in. But if you were waiting on this, we got Emmylou Harris's Spy Boy pressed on clear vinyl. Let's see, Daniel Trifonov, Tchaikovsky, The Sleeping Beauty. This is on Deutsche Grammophon. This is a new 2025 Deutsche Grammophon title. Let's see, The Last of the Mohicans. One of the most revered scores in 1990 cinema, pressed on peach vinyl. 2 LP set from Real Gone Music. We've got, from Third Man Records, Psycho Candy. This is the limited edition colored vinyl version. Hayley Williams, Ego, Death at a Bachelor Party. This is highlighter vinyl with the most terrible shrink wrap job. It's like shedding. Clean that up there for you guys. To go with the box set, they are doing a standalone disc of Green Day's Warning. This is on limited edition neon orange vinyl, remastered 25th anniversary edition. I don't know if this record's going to be any good. I absolutely love Cheap Trick. I've seen them 5, 6, 7 times. I saw him do Sgt. Pepper once in Las Vegas. I've seen him at like multiple rib fests here in Arizona and back in Florida. The album art and the name of this is just hilarious. The title of this record is All Washed Up, and there's 4 washing machines on the front cover. How awesome is that? And then if you flip it over, there's actually a laundry basket filled with all their records. This is the indie exclusive variant, clear with orange and blue marble vinyl. And then this is the graphite marble version, which is actually the standard variant. Betty Wolfe and Brian Eno, Liminal, their 3rd album on Verve. The Best of Everything But the Girl, 2 LP set. Somber, I Barely Knew Her, indie vinyl exclusive. A little miniature box set from Split Ends, Encyclopedia, volumes 1 and 2, celebrating 50 years of Mental Notes. New remasters and 2025 remixes. 3 LP box set, mastered at Air Studios, plus a 40-page book. Harry Chapin, Now Playing. Now Playing is it is kind of like a greatest hits, but it's not. It's a retrospective series put out by Rhino. It's going to have hits on it. It's going to have some deeper tracks on it, but they're kind of budget releases. This is 1999, kind of a Harry Chapin greatest hits. Lighthouse, One Fine Morning. This is the anniversary edition, limited edition, psychedelic 3-color splatter vinyl. The original motion picture soundtrack to One Battle After Another. What the hell? Interesting movie. This chick on the back is, what, maybe 9 months pregnant and got a big machine gun she's shooting somebody with, I'm assuming. Never heard of the movie. Don't know if it's any good or if the soundtrack's any good. Music from the Spider-Man movies, performed by the London Music Works on translucent red marble vinyl. New from Slow Down Sounds. Slow Down Sounds has done some killer stuff in the past. Kind of an audiophile label. They've done a lot of. They did the Grant Green, title, mastered by Kevin Gray. It's kind of like a sleeper Blue Note. That was, I mean, they did a killer job on it. This is Chet Baker, Swimming by Moonlight. Let's see who did this. Done by Levi at Black Belt Mastering. This is on VR 100, 180 gram vinyl. Done at Stoughton Jacket, pressed and plated at RTI. Really well done. Chet Baker. Unreleased recordings, officially licensed from the archive of Bruce Weber. Done with high-res 24-bit 48K transfers. This is an import from Japan. Mayoshi Takanaka. Alone. Remastered and vinyl cutting, Alex Wharton, Abbey Road Studios in London. This is done, made in Japan, so that's a true Japanese import. Some Japanese records still have the obies, brand new records that come out of Japan, but they're pressed at like Palace or another factory. That's actually pressed in Japan. Kenny Barron, Songbook, original songs featuring, whole list of guys there, 2 LP set. The Dream Syndicate, Medicine Show, The 502s, Easy Street. I guess we're getting to that part of the video where I have no clue what I'm looking at. I think I should know like more of these titles. I mean, I'm the one who ordered it. Celeste, Woman of Faces. Oh boy, what do we got here? Sevdilza, Heronia. Okay. Kind of a creepy cover. "5 Seconds of Summer, Everyone's a Star." Kind of a cool little cover. Daniel Caesar, Son of Spurgey. Monophonic, Sounds of Sinning. This is on Coal Mine Records. What is this? Lynn Christopher, self-titled album, the 1973 cult classic, first reissue of any kind, featuring the first recordings of Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons of Kiss. Wow, that's cool. Includes liner notes. This is a light blue vinyl pressing. What if they're credited here on the back? Mastered by Bob Ludwig. Let's see, bass. Kirk Hamilton, I was about to say. I saw Kirk. Might be a little earlier. But let's see, background vocals. Background vocals, yeah. Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley doing background vocals on this Lynn Christopher record. Reissue by Real Gone Music. The Aphex Twin, Classics. Soulfly, comma. This is from Nuclear Blast Records, pressed on yellow and orange Corona vinyl. I wanted to say coronavirus, you know. It's coronavirus. I want to do it again. Vinyl. Static X, Shadow Zone on yellow smoke vinyl. This is limited to 500 copies. Wow. Country's greatest songs recorded live on the Opry stage. This is Opry 100. Who's on this? Randy Travis, Reba McEntire, Alan. This is pretty good if you're a country fan. Let's see. Darius Rucker, Loretta Lynn, Johnny Cash. I mean, this is all throughout the years. Johnny Cash going back to 68, Patsy Cline in 62, Luke Combs. Kind of a cool little concept. Dennis Brown, Money in My Pocket. From Culture Factory, this is on bright yellow translucent vinyl. Lee Scratch Perry, The Upsetters. On, what color is this? It's green, but what are they calling it? On translucent bright green vinyl. Max Romeo, Wet Dream, on translucent bright green vinyl. Gregory Isaacs, also from Culture Factory. Let's see if Night Nurse is on this. Great tune. Not on this. Pressed on translucent bright red vinyl. Rick Ascapo and Afrofusion, Got to Be Me. This looks amazing. I have no idea what this is, but just look at this cover. This is going to be a banger. First time reissue of the seminal 1980 Afro Soul boogie masterpiece, recorded in Louisiana and released in Nigeria, as featured on Doing It in Lagos. I'm going to listen to that. K. Frimpong and his Cubano Fiestas, the Black Album. 1977 High Life masterpiece, melding traditional Ghanaian musical forms with experimental instrumentation. This also is probably quite good. If I get a chance to listen to both of those. We've got 17, Happy Burst Day, B-U-R-S Burst Day. It's in there. I'm thinking this is a K-pop record because there's a bunch of stuff in there. You know, they like to put trading cards in there and picture cards. And I think you're supposed to buy the same record like 9 times to get all the different trading cards, that kind of thing. A Very Jonas Christmas Movie, the original motion picture soundtrack, includes 7 original songs on translucent green vinyl. And just in time for Christmas, we've got Frankenstein's Party, 14 boppin' brain benders from the Boneyard. This is done by Bear Family. Couple of restocks, important one. ZZ Top's Eliminator from Rhino. This is the Rhino Hi-Fi all analog cut from the original master tape by Kevin Gray. Absolutely amazing, highly recommend it. And I got a restock from Mobile Fidelity. This is Willie Nelson's Stardust. This is actually one of their silver label series, which was their budget label, but this is actually an analog cut. This is not DSD. This is an analog Willie Nelson from Mobile Fidelity. All right, guys, you can buy all this stuff online at the website at theingroove.com. Until next time.